Right now it's 6. It is an alert day. Our area seeing some accumulating snow.
And workers may be headed back to the office, a state bill that could put an end to remote work for state employees.
You're watching WKBT La Crosse. This is News 8 Now at 6.
Good evening, I'm Emily Brown.
And I'm Ken Kozarowski. We begin in the world of weather because we are seeing some accumulating snow throughout the region, especially south of La Crosse today, Greg.
Yeah, it started earlier today and it's going to continue here through this evening, especially as you go further south, but it will eventually wrap up here later this evening or just after midnight. So accumulations will be light, but still we're getting that fine light snow and the temperatures are cold. So a lot of times salt will not work with these conditions. Additionally, 1 to 2 for most areas, less as you go further northwest. I think Prairie du Chien to Bosqueville area, that area may pick up 2 to 3 inches more. If you go down to Grant County, which is just south of Prairie du Chien there, they picked up already about 5 inches. So I think it's more as you go further south into Iowa and Illinois. Overall visibility, it's not too bad for most of the area. We're looking at 3 to 4 miles. Road conditions, most traveled roads are probably okay, but it's the side roads that'll still be covered. But overall, we don't see too much visibility right now, 1.5 miles to 2 miles. We kind of zoom into Prairie du Chien because that's the area that's seen at least 1 mile to 2 miles of visibility. Occasionally has fallen below 1 mile, but overall that will continue. You can see some of the darker shade colors, but it has become a little bit more scattered of where you're seeing that higher snow rates. And that is the trend through about 10 p.m. And I think after 10 p.m. a lot of it becomes scattered showers or maybe a few flurries, but for the most part the accumulating snow part will be done with. So it's just a fine light snow. The other issue coming up is going to be the cold temperatures. We're going to clear out a little bit overnight and some areas will drop cold. That doesn't factor in the wind chill, so later on we'll kind of break down what the wind chill looks like Thursday, and we got more snow for your Valentine's Day plans too.
All right, lots to be tracking this week. Thank you, Greg. And we are also tracking road conditions this evening.
Yeah, News 8 Now's Allison Fergut is live in the Storm Runner. Allison, where are you and how's it going out there?
Well, good evening, Ken and Emily. Right now we are on 4th Street. This is a more traveled road, so it's not too bad. With any winter weather, we can expect the roads to be a little slippery. Let me give you a live look at what we're seeing right now. So the roads have been traveled a little bit. It's a lot more clear on these roads, probably because we saw city plows out here, making sure that those traveled roads are going to be more clear. But when we go on to other less traveled roads, like this one, Cameron Avenue here, you can see a lot less tire marks through it, a lot more fresh snow on it, because these roads, they just don't get that same kind of attention. So if you are traveling on some of these side roads tonight, make sure that you're being extra careful, especially for county roads as well. Earlier today, we spoke with the La Crosse County Highway Commissioner. He said that they had all 27 of their plows out and working on the roads. And those more popular roads, they're going to be plowing them throughout the evening, throughout the night, all the way to maybe midnight tonight for some of those roads. But those less popular ones, those less traveled ones, they won't be getting that same attention.
Any road that begins with a ladder, we typically stop plowing at 8 or 10 o'clock at night and don't come back in until 4 in the morning. We have 27 plow routes. We don't have enough people to do 24-hour routes or enough in our budget to plow those roads continuously.
So if there is some snow later tonight, definitely something to keep in mind when traveling on those less used roads. And now for those people that could be traveling outside of La Crosse, especially to the south of us, State Patrol is urging drivers to go slow and pay attention to where you are.
Pay attention to the mile markers that are on the roads, and know kind of be a little bit more vigilant of knowing where exactly they're at. So in case something does happen, whether they slide off the road or they do become involved in a crash or even witness a crash, that they know where they're at, they can call in their location.
She also says it's important to have things like an extra phone charger on you in case that you sue yourself into an accident and need to make sure that you're reaching out to emergency officials. And also you can track your weather and road conditions, especially for some of those state roads on Wisconsin's 511, just to keep up to date with what's going on there. And for now, we're going to send it back to Ken and Emily into the studio.
All right, thank you, Allison. And we're checking conditions in Prairie du Chien. News 8 Now's Grace Monk joins us with the latest. Grace.
Ken and Emily, we are seeing a lot more snow down here in Prairie du Chien than we did in La Crosse this morning. Prairie du Chien has seen about 2 inches, probably more by this point, of snow today. Residents can expect snowfall to taper off around midnight. Wind speeds have continued to pick up, so you'll want to dress warm and look out for blowing snow. Visibility could drop down to 1 mile or less tonight. Drivers should plan ahead and take caution. My shoe sinks into the snow on the road right here. So you really want to look out for those untreated roads as well as blowing snow if you're on the highway. Ken and Emily.
All right, Grace, thank you very much. And don't forget, you can track weather on your block with our First Warn weather app. You can find that at the App Store or on Google Play.
Governor Tony Evers continues to visit Head Start programs. He made a stop in La Crosse today. Evers will unveil his new budget next week. A big part of it targets working families and the cost of childcare. His visit comes as some agencies in the state still can't access federal funds. We asked Evers if the recent moves by the White House could affect his budget.
Our budget is almost done, and we're still not sure what's going to happen at the federal level. So we'll do our budget the way we always have, and at the end of the day, it's going to be hopefully a bipartisan effort. We did that last time on some of the really big issues, and I assume we'll be doing that again.
The governor will release his budget on Monday.
Republican lawmakers, meantime, are discussing a bill that would send state workers back to the office. They'd be required to return to in-person work starting July 1st. A recent audit showed a large number of workstations in state agencies aren't being used. A committee will vote to advance the bill tomorrow.
Today, we continued our conversation with candidates in the mayoral race. Shondell Washington Spivey shared his plans for housing and attracting young families to the city.
Do we have
those big things is really going to be looking at what land do we have that's buildable, what land do we need to lift out of the floodplain, but then also how do we repurpose vacant buildings in this city and utilize them for that very purpose of how we bring in families, but then also still making sure that we're maintaining the resources for current residents as well.
Tomorrow morning at 6:45, we're talking with Realtor Ellie McClune, and all of our candidate conversations can be found at news8000.com.
Chippewa Falls is now one step closer to getting a new hospital. Aspirus Health says the city's planning commission approved a construction permit for them on Monday. The Wausau-based company now just needs to finalize a land sale with the city for the 22-acre site on Chippewa Crossing Boulevard. They say that could happen in the next couple of weeks. Once they're green lit, they could open a hospital in as early as 18 months. Chippewa Falls, of course, has been clamoring for health options ever since HSHS closed 2 major hospitals in the region just last year.
A nationally recognized hospice provider has a new home in La Crosse. St. Croix Hospice cut the ribbon this morning on its new location on 3rd Street North. The organization has served our area from West Salem since opening during the pandemic 5 years ago. The new facility will serve patients across La Crosse, Vernon, Monroe, and Jackson counties.
With the growth, there's been more travel times in between patients, and so when we have a smaller branch, it's easier for us to care better for our patients rather than having to travel so much.
Staff say the new La Crosse location will help them better serve the growing number of patients and families who rely on their care.
Clearwater Farms in Onalaska is the 2024 winner of the Soak It Up Award. That award given out every year to local projects that are preserving waterways. The volunteer-operated nonprofit farm had a small apple orchard until an increase in stormwater runoff made it difficult for tree growth. So the farm decided to create a rain garden, absorbing the stormwater with native plants.
We find that making community connections and providing examples that we can find out and about on our daily journeys really helps to make that connection between stormwater runoff pollution and what you can do in your own backyard.
If you'd like to be nominated for the 2025 Soak It Up Award, you can visit lacrosseareawaters.org.
A police officer is wounded following a Milwaukee shooting.
Details on that shooting and the extent of the injuries after the break.
PB and J?
PB before we go.
P before we go.
P before we go.
See you tomorrow?
Yeah.
We're starting the new year with our biggest sale of the year at Interior Designs Holman. All our carpets are on sale, so you'll save money and get more for free. Free measuring and estimating at your home. Free furniture moving, even that heavy couch and king-size bed. free removal of your old carpet and padding, and we'll recycle it. Free life of carpet labor warranty for as long as you own the carpet. All at the lowest prices of the year and 12 months no interest financing. Save money and get more for free during the biggest carpet sale of the year going on now at Interior Designs Holman.
All right, everybody. I know it's easy to forget things, but we don't want you to miss this new deal from US Cellular. Get the new Samsung Galaxy S25 Plus on us and stay a step ahead with Galaxy AI.
Ooh, I can save enough to buy a gift for my understanding wife.
Sorry, I'm late. Ooh, that's a great deal. I have a facial. This was fun.
Oh, come on. You have flowers?
Get the new Samsung Galaxy S25 Plus with Galaxy AI on us. US Cellular, built for us.
It's amazing all the work that goes into growing this little guy. The research you've done over the past decades is critical to grow a good quality crop.
The UW-Madison has developed lightcasts to help farmers manage leaf blight before it takes root in potato fields.
I can't really overstate how important that is.
What's at stake isn't just the crop in the ground, it's the sustainability of your family farm.
This partnership really makes me proud to be a Wisconsin farmer.
One Wisconsin on Wisconsin.
A La Crosse man is facing 5 charges of child pornography possession. 21-year-old Jacob Sanderson is accused after a tip flagged child sexual abuse material on the social media platform Discord. Authorities arrested Sanderson at his workplace and later executed a search warrant at his apartment. Police seized several items, including hard drives, a laptop, and a cell phone, which are now being used as evidence in the case.
A Milwaukee police officer is in the hospital after being shot. Just before noon, a suspect was walking downtown on 27th Street, firing shots with a semi-automatic rifle. After telling the suspect to drop the gun, one officer was shot. Another officer returned fire and killed the shooter. Police say the officer was shot multiple times and transported for serious injuries.
A statue of one of St. Paul's most famous authors has been stolen. This is where the statue of a young F. Scott Fitzgerald used to be outside St. Paul Academy. Police believe a thief cut down the $23,000 depiction of the Minnesota native last week. The statue had become a known photo op and tourist stop since 2006, and now it's gone.
Monroe County is seeing a surge in a so-called grandparent scam. According to the Monroe County Sheriff's Office, scammers are posing as family members in distress who then are asking for money. Most often, the scammers are claiming they need money for bail or medical emergencies. In the last few days, the scam has reportedly led to losses of over $200,000.
Turning a winter chore into a fun project.
A Minocqua man's solution to tackle snow removal out of the elements.
We got snow going on this evening, cold temps Thursday, but we got definitely Valentine's snow that could impact your evening activities, maybe going into Saturday as well. We'll break down the timing of that snow and how cold we'll get on Thursday coming up on your First Warn Weather Update after the break.
Hi, my name is Tom Hammes. I work for Maxwell Whitewater Conditioning. We want all of our customers to be as informed as possible, so we present an agenda at every call that we go to. We present this to the customer so the customer has some idea what to expect when we get there.
You're young, but your bathroom is old. I get it. I visit my kids, grandkids, my precious great-grandkids. Doesn't fit their lifestyle. Not safe. Old and ugly. You'll be amazed at the transformation you can make in just a few days. New tub and shower with all new fixtures, new toilet, new sink and vanity, new flooring, at an investment much less than you might think. Call the Board Store Home Improvements today for a prompt free estimate on your new bathroom.
Around here, neighbors come together to make each other better. We're taking the same approach with healthcare. Gunderson Health System and Bellin Health have come together to form Amplify Health, giving you more of what's important in healthcare. More caring, more listening, more to feel good about on your way to feeling better. Overall, just a little more heart. Amplify Health by Gunderson. A little empathy changes everything.
As a veteran of our country's armed services, you have already made a most noble sacrifice. Why should you have to continue to do that? Through no fault of your own, you may be experiencing hardships, such as the inability to pay rent, utilities, or receive other life-sustaining services. And once again, you're called upon by your family to serve and protect. We want you to know we are here to support you. The Veterans Rental Assistance Program was created by and for people living in Wisconsin, with benefit approvals being issued in just days, not months. It's not easy to ask for a hand up, but we are clear in our mission. No Wisconsin veteran should ever have to face homelessness or lose heat or power again. 833-WIS-VRAP. That's 833-947-8727.
Water testing is one of the most important things that we do. And it's really important that we test the water coming into the house before the equipment and after the equipment to see what the equipment is doing and if it's doing the job that they are wanting it to do.
A Wisconsin man has come up with a unique solution for removing snow outside his house this winter.
Ryan Wonka of Minocqua designed a remote-controlled snowblower. The invention allows him to clear the driveway from the comfort of his car. It was the perfect chance to put his engineering skills to work and have fun while doing it.
I got it going. I sat in my car and I'm like, hey, this works. You know, I just sit up at the end of the driveway, or I can sit in the garage or whatever and blow the driveway.
Wonka says he's already looking forward to the next project, which will be a jet-powered surfboard for his kids.
Well, we could use a few of those remote control snowblowers here today, don't you think?
A little bit, especially to the areas south of La Crosse, because that snow is definitely accumulating. How much more can we expect tonight, and what does the rest of the week have in store, Greg?
Well, we're going to pick up a little bit more tonight, but overall I think accumulations are going to drop off pretty quickly here through the evening, especially further north you go. They still got the winter storm warnings to south of Prairie du Chien. Total accumulation down there 5 to 7. Some areas in Iowa and Illinois have picked up 7 to 9 inches in a very narrow band. But overall, the other areas are the winter weather advisories out a little bit for a few more hours. That's for about total until 5. And then we got a special weather statement. There's still some slick roads, even for the evening commute, where they're picking up a little bit of snow from Minneapolis along I-94 to Eau Claire. So everyone's seeing it, so there's still slick roads. But for the most part, the accumulation is starting to fall off pretty quickly. And really, as you go further north and west, there's not expected to be much for Eau Claire. West there to Rochester, maybe less than an inch, half inch, maybe an inch. So La Crosse, as you go down Prairie du Chien, you probably could pick up another 1 to 2, maybe isolated 3 areas too. And further east you go, better shot, you may pick up additional 2, but all in all, it should be done pretty much as we go throughout 10 or 11 p.m. Visibility overall, not seeing a lot of visibility lower than a mile at times right now, coming up a little bit. So I think that's what we'll see, which generally just indicates light snow falling. You'd like to see visibility around a mile or less to get moderate or even heavier snowfall. So overall, just some light snow. Now, as I mentioned, it'll be pretty much breaking up here in about a few hours, and the back edge will start to come through, but expect a little bit of snow showers and flurries at least to continue through 10 p.m. After that, I think more areas will be dry. That northwest wind, northerly wind will start picking up too. And then the bigger story going on past midnight is the clearing skies. You'll start seeing less clouds, and notice the temperatures to the west towards Minneapolis. They're starting to fall well below 0. We'll see some of those below zeros, but it will take probably till sunrise. Now, cold weather advisories out to the west because of the wind and getting below 0. They could see wind chills minus 30 or even colder. We're kind of right on that edge because we just don't clear out soon enough. But we will be dealing with wind chills as you wake up, and they could be 15 to 20, maybe even 25. As you notice, about 6 a.m., we got some areas that are getting below 20 below. So definitely a cold start, and the wind chills won't improve too much. We're going to get still below 0 even by the noon hour, 1 p.m. We're still looking at sub-zero wind chills. That wind will start lighting up a little bit in the evening, but overall, even in the evening, we're looking at wind chills near 0 at times. Now, the Friday snow event is going to be a little bit different. Now, Friday morning and noon should be dry. We're not expecting any impacts. Evening could be snow cover and slush. This has a potential to be a little bit higher with the snow rate, but the other difference could be the wind could be a factor out of the south before it does turn around. So blowing and drifting will be a different story. Plus, the temperatures are going to be milder. We're not going to be dealing with single digits and teens, more 20s, so that snow won't be as fluffy as we've seen here. So salt will help a little bit in this situation, but the accumulation rate could be quite a bit. So if we kind of time that out, you can see the first batch comes through here by 2 or 3. We're looking at a good area of light to even moderate snowfall across the area that continues through the evening, and then it kind of narrows in a little bit of band that may continue through the afternoon, evening, and to Saturday. So snow amounts right now looking pretty good for that as we go throughout. We could see some areas. This will be fine-tuned as we get closer to the event, but if you got plans, stay tuned. We're going to deal with another snow-covered roads. Other than that, look at the temperatures, especially going into Monday morning, where many areas could be 20 below or colder. So really the theme is snow and cold, even frigid at times. So very typical February type weather that we're
It's going
getting.
to be snow cold outside.
Pretty much. That's the name of the game.
All right. Thank you, Greg. Coming up next in sports, War of the Birds. UWL with massive battles tonight against the Warhawks of Whitewater. Plus, Brewers baseball is back. Well, sort of. A couple notes from day one of pitchers and catchers reporting down in Arizona. Jacob is next.
Is it time for new windows or doors? Contact the company who has done the research for you. The best windows and doors installed by the best people. Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions.
When you've trusted your personal injury case to Bygoff and Rohde, you're going to feel the weight of the world off your shoulders. You have to concern yourself with getting to the doctor and trying to get better. We'll do everything else. And that's how we get results for our clients.
The Silverado Trail Boss. And a little work. And a little play. And a truck that says no to nothing. And Chevrolet.
Get $3,000 total cash allowance on this 2025 Silverado. Plus, current Chevy owners can get $5,000 total value when you trade in an eligible vehicle. Visit HometownChevy.com.
This street's like any other in Wisconsin, but the new neighbor is a pedophile who repeatedly raped a little girl, released after just 2 years in prison. Thanks to Judge Susan Crawford's sweetheart sentence, a fraction of the 60 years he faced. Now, the pedophile lives blocks from a school. And with Susan Crawford on the bench, your street could be next.
After you've been injured in an accident, life becomes chaotic. You have doctor's appointments, medical bills, insurance adjusters harassing you to settle your claim. When you call Bygoff and Rohde, we take care of it all. We get results.
Covering all the exciting action from your community, here's News 8 Now Sports with Jacob Lenzendorf.
Well, it's an important night of league matchups tonight for the UWL men's and women's hoops teams. The 9th-ranked men are at home against Whitewater, looking to make it back-to-back wins and improve to 18-4 on the year, 9-2 in conference play. On the women's side, a chance for a big road victory over number 24, Whitewater. Eagles lost by 6 in that last meeting and could use a win to strengthen their schedule or their resume tonight. Highlights and scores later at 10. And with all this cold around here, you might be happy to hear pitchers and catchers reported for spring training for the Brewers today in Arizona. A couple things we learned. Freddie Peralta will hit the ball on opening day. Brandon Woodruff is throwing against hitters for the first time since injury on Friday. And Southpaw DL Hall has a lat injury and won't throw for several weeks. Milwaukee's first spring training game is February 22nd. And now let's check out the candidates for the latest News 8 play of the week. Kicking things off at number 1, how about the performance from Whitehall freshman Paige Lisowski last Friday against Osseo Fairchild? Made 5 threes in the first half alone. Just a dazzling shooting display in the Norse's 72-51 win. Next up, another 3, just of a different fashion. Arcadia down by 7 with a few seconds left against Luther. Trevor Pronshinsky drills the half-court shot. Raiders would fall, but Mr. Pronshinsky, you are up for play of the week. Gotta love it. At number 3 here, still in the hardwoods, former Central grad Colin Adams being cleared for takeoff for Viterbo last Saturday against St. Francis. Adams showing off the vertical, a good way to get ready for the NBA Slam Dunk Contest this weekend. For number 4, it's the top goal scorer in the entire state in boys hockey, Calvin Lakowski of Black River Falls, adding to his total against the Avalanche last Thursday. Pretty finished top shelf right there. He had 2 in the game and sits at 53 for the season. Last up, we've got former Logan speedster and current UWL sprinter Lauren Jarrett in lane 3 in the 60-meter dash this past weekend. She won with a time of 7.34 seconds. And oh yeah, that's an NCAA D3 record, breaking her own record set back on January 25th. Good stuff from Lauren. So those are the 5 we've got for this week. To cast your vote, head to news8000.com. Under the sports tab, click on Play of the Week and click your favorite. Voting is open shortly after the show, and we'll have the winner bring the show during the 6 on Friday. That's a good batch.
Those are all pretty impressive.
I know, a tough list to choose from.
Voting.
All right, thanks, Jacob.
All right, Greg has a final look at your forecast right after this.
Here at Maxwell White, we know how valuable your time is. From issues with your hot water to slower clogged drains, our team is always on time with friendly service and solutions you can trust. Don't wait. Contact Maxwell White. Plumbing done right.
T-Mobile is very reliable.
It's always nice to know that T-Mobile has us covered.
I love the fact that my family and I, we can stay connected just about anywhere we want to go.
My network is my lifeline.
T-Mobile keeps you connected on America's largest and fastest 5G network. And right now, get 4 free smartphones and 4 lines for $25 per line when you switch. It's better over here.
No cash, no problem. Head to Wesco One Sparta and get up to 48 months to pay interest-free on all the hot new furniture you want. Looking to level up your space? We've got you covered with recliners, sofas, bedroom sets, and dining furniture. All available with 0 interest for up to 48 months. Don't wait. Upgrade your home today and swing by Wesco One Sparta. Your home, your style, your savings, your Wesco. Tell them Peyton sent you.
With a tankless system, you can have unlimited hot water whenever and for however long you need it. Upgrade to a tankless today and never be left without hot water again. Rely on Maxwell White, plumbing done right.
All right, definitely cold as you wake up. Those wind chills in some areas could be as low as -20. More snow for Friday, so travel hazards likely Friday afternoon and evening. That could linger into Saturday. Other than that, it's just cold next week too.
All right. Man, was it just me, or did it feel like we were about to jump into a Friday night frenzy?
It did sound like it. Everyone, they just can't wait.
See you at 10.